Ayesha Amin, please unmute your mic.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The quote for the day is, "If you are grateful, I will certainly give you more." This verse is from Surah Ibrahim.
Aisha, you have not shared your screen.
I am already sharing my screen.
In the end of this presentation, Dr. Alishba and Dr. Ramsha would give the feedback. First, please share your screen and then start recording. Yes, now we can see your screen. Please go on.
Learning. The topic for today's presentation is Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO. I am Dr. Ayesha Amin, PGR FCPS Community Medicine at Institute of Public Health, and I will be presenting this under the kind supervision of Professor Dr. Saira Afzal. The learning outline for today's presentation is Introduction, FAO's role, structure, vision, programs and achievement of FAO and Sustainable Developmental Goals, recent advances, and multiple choice questions at the end. Learning outcome. At the end of the presentation, the participant will be able to know the FAO, its role and achievements, and to be able to answer the MCQs. Introduction. The Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, is a specialized agency of United Nations that leads the international efforts to defeat hunger. It was established in Quebec City, Canada on 16th October 1945. The goal of FAO is to achieve food security for all and make sure that the people have regular access to enough high-quality food to lead active and healthy lives. FAO's role. FAO coordinates the efforts of government and technical agencies in program for developing agriculture, forestry, fisheries, land and water resources. It also conducts research, provides technical assistance to projects, operates educational and training programs, and it also collects data on agricultural output, production, and development. Coming to the structure of FAO, FAO has one member organization, that is European Union. It has two associate members that are Faroe Island and Tokelau. It has 194 member nations and its head office is in Rome, Italy. It has 130 regional and field office. This is the FAO's headquarters, which is in Rome, Italy. The Director General of FAO is Q Dongyu, which is the Director General from August 2019 to the present. The FAO has following regional offices, that are Regional Office for Africa in Accra, Ghana, Regional Office for Asia and Pacific in the Bangkok, Thailand, Regional Office for Europe and Central Asia in Budapest, Hungary, Regional Office for Latin America and the Caribbean in Santiago de Chile, and the regional office for the Near East in Cairo, Egypt. What FAO does? The FAO has following priority work areas. Number one, it helps to eliminate hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition. It make agricultural, forestry, and fishery more productive and sustainable. It reduces rural poverty by helping the rural poor. It enable inclusive and efficient food and agriculture system. It increase the resilience of livelihoods to threaten crisis. What is the vision of FAO? The FAO's vision is in contributing to a world free from hunger and malnutrition, and to develop, implement, and promote international statistical standards, methods, and tools in collecting, analyzing, and disseminating data related to food and agriculture. What is the FAO strategic framework? The FAO strategic framework 2022 to 2031 was developed in the context of major global and regional challenges in the areas of FAO mandates, including the COVID-19 pandemic. It was endorsed at the 42nd session of the FAO conference on 18 June 2021. The strategic framework states the four betters and leaving no one behind. The four betters include better production, better nutrition, better environment, and better life. department. The FAO has 8 functional departments, which are agricultural and consumer production, climate, biodiversity, land and water department, economic and social development, fisheries and aquaculture, forestry, and corporate service and technical program. We will discuss the few important departments later. Budget. The FAO's regular program budget is funded by its member through contributions set at FAO's conference. The budget covers core technical work, cooperation, and partnerships, including the Technical Cooperation Program, knowledge exchange, policy and advocacy, direction and administration, governance and security. The agency is directed by the Conference of Member Nations, which meets every 2 years to review the work carried out by the organization and to work and budget for the next 2 year period. Coming to the programs and achievements of FAO in the Department of Food, the first program was Codex Alimentarius. FAO and the World Health Organization created the Codex Alimentarius Commission in 1961, which was developed to develop food standard guidelines and texts such as code of practice under the joint FAO-WHO food standard programs. The program's main aims were protecting consumer health, ensuring fair trade, and promoting coordination of all food standard work undertaken by intergovernmental and non-governmental organizations. The second program was World Food Summit. In 1996, FAO organized the World Food Summit. The summit concluded with the signing of the Rome Declaration, which established the goal of halving the number of people who suffer from hunger by 2015. The third program was Telefood. In 1997, FAO launched Telefood, which was basically a campaign of concerts, sporting events, and other activities to harness the power of media, celebrities, and concerned citizens to help fight hunger. Money raised through Telefood pays for small sustainable projects that help small-scale farmers produce more food for their families and communities. The next program was FAO Goodwill Ambassador Program. The FAO Goodwill Ambassador Program was initiated in 1999. It was created to increase public awareness and disseminate information about issues related to food security and hunger in the world. Right to Food Guidelines. In 2004, the Right to Food Guidelines were adopted, which offer guidance to state how to implement their obligation on the right to food. The next program was Response to Food Crisis. In December 2007, the FAO launched its initiative on soaring food prices to help small-scale producers raise their output and earn more. Under this initiative, FAO contributed to the work of UN High-Level Task Force on the Global Food Crisis, which produces the comprehensive framework for action. The other program was Food Security Programs. The special program for FAO security is FAO's flagship initiative for reaching the goal of halving the number of hungry people in the world by 2015, which were currently estimated to be close to 1 billion, as a part of its commitment to the Millennial Developmental Goals. Through project in over 100 countries worldwide, the program promotes effective, tangible solutions to eliminating hunger, undernourishment, and poverty. Currently, 102 countries are engaged in this program. The next department is Agricultural Department. The first program initiated was an International Plant Protection Convention. FAO created the International Plant Protection Convention, or IPPC, in 1952. The International Treaty Organization works to prevent the international spread of pest and plant diseases in both cultivated and wild plants. Among its functions are the maintenance of list of plants pest, tracking of pest outbreak, and coordination of technical assistance between member nations. As of July 2018, 183 contracting parties have ratified the treaty. The next program was Alliance Against Hunger and Malnutrition. The Alliance Against Hunger and Malnutrition was initially created in 2002. It aims to address how countries and organizations can be more effective in advocating and carrying out actions to address hunger and malnutrition. The organization worked to address food security by enhancing resources and knowledge sharing and strengthening hunger activities within countries and across state lines at the regional and international levels. Investment in agricultural. FAO's third program was Investment in Agriculture, which is technical cooperation development host and investment center that promotes greater investment in agricultural and rural development by helping developing countries identify and formulate sustainable agricultural policies, programs, and projects. It mobilized funding from multilateral institutions such as World Bank, regional developmental banks, and international funds, as well as FAO resources. The other projects in the Department of Agriculture are Plant and Treaty, Transboundary Pest and Disease, Global Partnership Initiative for Plant Breeding Capacity Building, Globally Important Agricultural Heritage System, Commission on Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture, and Animal Genetic Resources. The next department is forestry. One of the FAO strategic goal is to the sustainable management of world's forest. The forestry division work to balance social and environmental consideration with the economic needs of rural population living in the forest area. FAO is both a global clearinghouse for information on forest and forest resources and a facilitator that helps building countries' local capacity to provide their national forest data. In collaboration with the member countries, FAO carries out periodic global assessment of forest resources. The Global Forest Resource Assessment provides comprehensive reporting on forest worldwide every 5 years. FRA 2020 is the most recent global assessment. This is a project which states three cities of the world. At the World Forum on Urban Forest in October 2018, the FAO and the Arbor Day Foundation jointly launched the Tree Cities of the World program. The main aim of this program is to celebrate and recognize cities and towns of all sizes throughout the world which have shown a commitment to maintaining their urban forest. On February 2020, 59 cities were announced as having achieved the designation of Tree Cities of the World. There were 27 in the United States, while the rest are scattered across the world. The next department is fisheries. The FAO Fisheries and Aquaculture Department is defined through its vision and mission statement. The vision is a world in which responsible and sustainable use of fisheries and aquacultural resources makes an appreciable contribution to human well-being, food security, and poverty alleviation. And the mission is to strengthen global governance and the managerial and technical capacities of members, and also to lead consensus building towards improved conservation and utilization of aquatic resources. The next learning outline is FAO and SDGs, which are Sustainable Developmental Goals. FAO Strategic Framework 2022 to 2031 aligns the organization with the Sustainable Developmental Goals. The FAO Director General established the Offices of Sustainable Developmental Goals, OSG, which became operational in 2021. The OSG coordinates FAO response to accelerating the 2030 agenda through the sustainable transformation of agri-food system, which closely work with the relevant unit across the organization. FAO is the custodian UN agency for the 21 indicators of SDGs for 2, 5, 6, 12, 14, and 15, and a contributing agency for the further 5. So FAO is a custodianship of SDG 2, which is zero hunger, which states end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. The SDG 5, which states gender equity, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. SDG 6, which ensures availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. SDG 12, which ensures sustainable consumption and production patterns. SDG 14, with state conserve and sustainable use the ocean conserve and sustainably use of the ocean, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development, and SDG 15, with state protect, resource, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainably manage forest, combat deforestation, desertification, and halt the reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. So indicators which are under the FAO custodianship in zero hunger, there are following indicators, which are hunger, severity of food insecurity, productivity of small food producers, income of small scale food producer, agricultural sustainability, a conservation of plant genetic resources for food and agriculture, conservation of animal genetic resources for food and agriculture, risk status of livestock breeds, public investment in agriculture, and food price volatility. The next XTG is gender equality. The indicators of women ownership of agricultural land and women's equal rights to land ownership. In clean water and sanitation, the indicators of water use efficiency and water stress, the responsible and consumption and production, global food losses, In SDG 14, life below water, the indicators are fish stock sustainability, unreported, unregulated fishing, value added of sustainable fisheries, and access right for small scale fisheries. And 15, life on land, the indicators are forest area, sustainable forest management, mountain green cover, and proportion of degraded mountain area. So indicators for which FAO is a contributing agency is SDG 1, no poverty, which states secure tenure rights to land and disaster economic loss, life below water, framework for conservation and sustainable use of ocean resources, and the SDG 15, whose further two indicators are land degradation and framework for fair and equitable sharing of genetic resource benefit. So what is FAO's 2030 agenda? The FAO is involved in the 2030 agenda for Sustainable Developmental Goal, came into effect on January 1, 2016. The FAO's work on 2030 agenda focus on food and agriculture as a key part of the global effort to end poverty and hunger and to address climate change. It has 17 Sustainable Developmental Goals, 169 targets, and 230 indicators. The SDGs are intended to shape national developmental plans for the next 15 years. It is a mean of implementation and global partnership, and it also provides review and follow-up. So FAO in Pakistan. Pakistan became a member of FAO on September 19, 1947. The main FAO office is located in Islamabad. It has field offices which operate in Quetta, Hyderabad, Multan, and Peshawar. And it has project offices which are located at the district level in all provinces. Over the past decade alone, FAO has implemented more than $237 million worth of project, including emergency in Pakistan. So FAO worked through country programming framework, which was established in 2023-2027. It is a FAO planning document which guides its action in Pakistan. It seeks to support the 2030 agenda through transformation to efficient, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable agri-food system for the four batters, which we have already discussed, and which states the four batters and leaving no one behind. The country programming framework is anchored into the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Corporation framework signed between the government of Pakistan and UN agencies on 25 October 2022. The CFP outlines three UNSDCF priority areas that will guide FAO's partnership with the government of Pakistan for the next 5 years: for basic social services, for climate change and environment, and for sustainable, inclusive economic growth and decent work. Time for the recent updates. Currently, the FAO is working in Gaza for immediate action must combine emergency relief with the restoration of local food production. The ceasefire is the first step in delivering emergency and rebuilding of the local food production in the Gaza Strip, where more than 200 million people urgently need assistance to the food output, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The ceasefire provides a critical opportunity to address the catastrophic food crisis in the Gaza by enabling emergency and delivering and initiating early recovery efforts. But this is just a beginning from a long journey to recover. According to the assessment, 75% of field once used to grow crops as well as olive trees orchards have been damaged or destroyed. Over two-thirds of the agricultural wells are no longer functional, crippling the irrigation. Cattle losses are at the 96%. Milk production has nearly halted, and only 1% of poultry remain alive. The fishing sector is also on the brink of collapse, further worsening the food insecurity. So, what is the FAO's emergency response in this? To date, FAO has distributed food to approximately 4,800 livestock holders for all government of the Gaza Strip and maternity kits to about 2,400 herder families. On 23rd January, two trucks carrying a total of 30 tons of barley food have loaded in Egypt and en route to enter Gaza. A remaining 70 tons of barley are prepositioned in Egypt, while around 2,200 tons of food or concrete are set to enter Gaza via Israel. FAO is also procuring greenhouse plastic sheets, vaccines, emergency blocks, and plastic sheds for animals. These supplies are critical to restore the food production, protect animal, and restore livelihoods. In preparation for a smooth transition from emergency to rehabilitation, every recovery and reconstruction, FAO is also prepared to reactivate the field implementation of projects put on hold due to the conflict. This will inject around $20 million into the local economy to support the rehabilitation efforts of farmers, livestock herders, and fishermen and women. So FAO is e-learning program in Pakistan. FAO is basically providing e-learning programs in Pakistan. The FAO in Pakistan office provide learning opportunities and multilingual e-learning courses free of charge, with the overall goal of strengthening individual capacities of member countries such as Pakistan to achieve the 2030 agenda. The courses are closely aligned with the Sustainable Developmental Goals and FAO's strategic framework. It directly support all the SDGs, but it's particularly in SDG 4, which states ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. The FAO in Pakistan e-learning courses promote sustainability by ensuring that the new competencies are embedded in local institutions and tailored to country-specific needs, whilst enabling and empowering Pakistan to be a better equipped to face key challenges in agriculture. It's time for the MCQs now. The first MCQ is, the FAO was created to achieve which of the following goals? A, to promote economic development in poor countries. B, to eliminate hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition. C, to regulate global trade of food products. D, to provide loans to agricultural business. E, to save forest and fisheries. Answer, if anyone wants to give the answer.
B.
Yes, B is the right answer, to eliminate hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition. The next MCQ is, the FAO's main focus areas include all of the following except A, fisheries, B, forestry, C, climate change, D, food and agricultural, E, space exploration.
E. E. Space exploration.
Space exploration.
Yes, E is the right answer, space exploration. The third MCQ is, FAO works closely with other major international organizations to improve food security and nutrition. A, World Health Organization. B, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. C, World Bank. D, International Monetary Fund. E, United Nations International Child Emergency Fund, that is UNICEF.
World Bank.
No, the answer is A, WHO. The fourth MCQ is, which of the following program of FAO is responsible for money raising through concert and sports activities to pay for the project that help the needy farmers to produce more food? A, Telefood. B, Food Summit. C, Food Security. D, Codex Alimentation. E, Food Goodwill Ambassador.
A. Alpha.
A.
Yes.
Telefood.
Yes, A is the right answer, Telefood. The fifth MCQ is, which of the following is a key objective of FAO's Sustainable Developmental Goal 2, that is SDG 2? Options are A, to ensure sustainable energy for all. B, to end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. C, to eliminate poverty in developing nations. D, to regulate international food trade. E, ensure sustainable consumption and production pattern.
B.
B. B.
Yes, B is the right
Yes,
answer.
B.
The sixth MCQ is, in October 2018, the FAO and Arbor Day Foundation jointly launched the Tree Cities World program, which aims to celebrate and recognize those cities of the world that maintain their A, agricultural land, B, farm, C, urban forest, D, green belts of the street, and E, gardens and parks.
Urban forests.
Urban forest.
C. Urban forest.
forest.
Yes, C is the right answer.
Okay.
The next MCQ is, which of the following is not one of the FAO's key areas of work? And the options are A, help eliminate hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition. B, make agriculture, forestry, and fisheries more productive and sustainable. Reduce rural poverty by helping the rural poor. Increase the resilience of livelihoods to threat and crisis. And the last option is issuing international trade regulation for food products.
E.
Think E.
The right answer is the option number E, issuing international trade regulations for food products. The next MCQ is, which of the following SDG product restore and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forest, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation? A, SDG 6, B, SDG 15, C, SDG 12, D, SDG 5, and E, SDG 14.
E. 14.
The right answer is B,
15.
SDG 15.
B.
The next MCQ is FAO Strategic Framework 2022-2031 was endorsed the 4 betters and leaving no one behind at the 42nd session of the FAO conference. It does not include A, better production, B, better life, C, better environment, D, better consumption, E, better nutrition.
Better consumption. D.
Better consumption. D.
Yes, D is the
D.
right answer.
D.
The last MCQ is the international treaty organizations work to prevent the international spread of pest and plant diseases in both cultivated and wild plant. Is option A, plant treaty, D, transboundary pest and disease, C, global partnership initiative for plant breeding and capacity building, D, globally important agriculture heritage system, and E is the International Plant Protection Convention.
E.
E.
The right answer
A.
is E, International Plant Protection Convention. This is the key to MCQs. These are my references. This is our YouTube channel where this presentation will be uploaded. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ayesha. Very nice presentation. If anybody has any question, please let us know.
मैडम एक रिक्वेस्ट है, एक तो थोड़ी सी पेस तेज है, इसकी फॉलो करना जरा मुश्किल हो रहा था
जी कोई
स्लाइड
बात
को।
नहीं, चैनल के ऊपर ये मौजूद होगी, उस पर आप अपनी पेज सेट करके उसको ना बार बार भी सुन सकते हैं। ये सारी रिकॉर्डिंग्स जो है उनको आखिर में आपने लास्ट स्लाइड के अंदर देखा है, ये सब यूट्यूब चैनल पे मौजूद है। उनको आप बार बार आप उसको रिवाइज भी कर सकते हैं, बार बार सुन भी सकते हैं और उसकी पेस भी सेट कर सकते हैं, अगर आपने स्लो सुनना है या तेज सुनना है।
थैंक यू
आपका
मैम।
इससे रेलेवेंट कोई क्वेश्चन मटेरियल से मुतालिक हो तो वो आप प्लीज बताएं। So thank you very much. See you on Saturday, inshallah everyone. और जो डेली क्लास है वो आप सबने अटेंड करनी है। That is compulsory for everyone. जो लोग इसको डेली अटेंड करेंगे उनका रिकॉर्ड हम मेंटेन करेंगे और उनके लिए हम हर तरह की यहाँ पर फैसिलिटेशन करेंगे इंशाल्लाह। थैंक यू। अल्लाह हाफिज।
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
अल्लाह
you.
हाफिज।
Allah
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
अल्लाह हाफिज।